marriage. Did you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please.
So, what are your views on the concept of marriage? What are your views on that?
Hello, madam.
Yes.
Okay, I'm Florence. Marriage is a union between a man and a woman who has agreed to become a husband and a wife and has gone through all the necessary procedures.
Okay. Okay. Please, is there any other view? Thank you, Florence.
Yes, madam.
Is there any other view?
Madam, please, can I talk? Yes, madam.
Yes.
Please, marriage is a union between two people, that is a man and a woman, which is publicly accepted. And that is my view.
Yes. Let's look at the first view from Florence. You see, in the concept of marriage, we have both the social and then the legal contracts. And then, as she was saying, she said it's between Florence. Please, can you come again?
Madam, please, I said that it is a union between a man and a woman who has agreed to become a husband and a wife. Then they have gone through the necessary procedures.
So that necessary procedure she is talking about can be can be looked at with the legal aspect of the marriage. Then the social aspect, it involves several other people besides the couples. That's their family in which they are coming from, their friends and loved ones. Please, are you with me?
Yes,
Can you
madam. Yes,
okay?
madam.
So it is legal because every society and every type of marriage has its laws and regulations that is governing it. And on the regulations, we'll look at the who, how, when, and then where. Please, in case I'm moving too fast, you draw my attention. Let's look at conception, the Ghanaian conception concerning marriage. Marriage is socially accepted, so sexually union between a man and a woman who lives together as husband and wife. Socially, they have accepted to be together. So this definition is acceptable in the Ghanaian culture. I take it again. I said marriage is a socially accepted sexual union between a man and a woman who lives together as husband and wife. And this is the definition that is acceptable in the Ghanaian culture. So one may ask, what about where there is gay and lesbian marriages and even group marriages? That is why you see in our Ghanaian culture, this kind of marriage that has not been accepted. It has still not been legalized. So it's not accepted in our society. Then let's look at the global perspective of marriage. A socially legitimate sexual union began with public announcements undertaken with some idea of permanence. It is assumed with a more or less explicit marriage contract, which spells out reciprocal rights and obligations between spouses and their future offsprings. That's by Stevens. I take that again. I said it's a socially legitimate sexual union began with public announcement, undertaken with some idea of permanence. It is assumed with a more or less explicit marriage contract, which spells out reciprocal rights and obligations between spouses and their offspring. That's by Stevens. Now I want us to look at the elements involved in marriage. What are these elements? In our definition, we said it began with public announcements. They make it publicly. It's not a private something. So if two people, a man and a woman, should go and sit somewhere and put on rings, doesn't mean we don't see this, or that our society does not accept this as a marriage. It must begin with a public announcement whereby the families, both families, announce to, should I say, the immediate family, announce it to the extended family, friends and loved ones get to know of it. If you are a Christian or a believer, it is being announced at the church. All these things go on before the two of them finally are joined together. And then the next element we'll look at is a socially legitimate sexual union. Socially, it is accepted that a man and a woman um, should uh, come together as husband and wife. It is a social legitimate. It is socially it is legitimate. So it's sexual. Sorry, it is socially acceptable. And then there is an undertaking with idea of permanence. Yes, there is an undertaking. Is under normal circumstances, as they enter into marriage, it is that very moment. Is no one is even thinking about coming out of it. But of late, someone will say, why has the rate of divorce gone so high? But under normal circumstances, it's an undertaking with the idea of it being a permanent something. And it is assumed with a more or less explicit marriage contract. Marriage is a social arrangement for sexual intercourse. Marriage is a social arrangement for sex. That's when we are looking at the social aspect of marriage. Because I started by saying that it is both sexual and social and then legal contracts. So socially, it is an arrangement for sexual intercourse. And then two, Sex is a partner's sex to the partners is permissible. In marriage, sex to your partner is permissible. Unlike engaging sexual workers on the street, sex in a marriage is permissible. So in this case, someone may ask that, so in marriage, you hear people maybe saying that like wanted to be rewarded for giving sex to maybe the other partner. When we come to our studies, we are saying that sex to your partner is permissible. It does not deviate any social norm. It does not deviate any social norm. And then couple will be chastised if they denies each other sex. So in marriage, one is being chastised when you deny the other partner of sex. When the other partner is being denied of sex, you are being chastised. Like it's being frowned upon in a way. All right. Taking the element one by one, let's look at it began with public announcements. In nearly all cases, couples to be announced their intentions to all. The couples announce their intentions to all. Where the man makes his intentions known to the lady also makes it known to her family, or the man's family may come to see the lady's family and then makes their intentions known. That is the beginning of public announcement, making their intentions known to all. The marriage is therefore a public and not private event. As I said earlier, it's not a private event whereby two people will go and sit somewhere, put on exchange rings, and then they get up and go. And then they declare themselves as husband and wife. That is not acceptable. Rather, it is a public event. Partners involved must make sorry. Partners involved must make it as public as possible. The partners involved must make it public as possible.
I think I'm reading.
Okay, let's look at the undertaking. He said it is a lifelong event. As I said, it's not something that you enter and then you walk out of it. It is a lifelong event, and it is summed up in the marital vows. All this is seen in the marriage vow, where we exchange vows in sickness, in health, till death do us part. The undertaking is a lifelong event and is summed up in the marital vows that we take. The union is not supposed to be temporal. In our Ghanaian setting, marriage is not supposed to be temporal, whereby you say it's a contract, um, it's a maybe a 10 days contract or it's 1 month. When the month the date expires, that ends it. No, it's not a temporal, it's not supposed to be temporal. As all things being equal, it's not supposed to be temporal. Yeah, there has been deviations anyway. It is not a short-term contract, as I said earlier. It is not a short-term contract. And it's not supposed to be a lifelong affair. Sorry, it is supposed to be a lifelong affair. So the union is not supposed to be temporal. It is not a short-term contract, and it is not. It is supposed to be a lifelong affair. Marriage is supposed to be a lifetime something. I'll pause here and find out if there are any questions. Please, do you have any question? Or I should move on. Please, any question?
No, please.
Madam, no question, madam.
All right. Let's look at the where we said it is assumed with a more or less explicit marriage contracts. So we said the rights and obligations of each partner and that of future children are well spelled out. In marriage, everyone's obligation or everyone's rights are being spelled out. When the children come to their role or their rights are all being spelled out. That's why you realize that in marriage we say the man is the head of the family. So most of the the responsibilities look up to the man. The man shoulders most of the responsibilities in the marriage by providing almost all the basic needs to the family. It can be very formal or only implicit in nature. It can be very formal or only implicit in nature. Hello.
Hi,
Hi,
madam.
madam.
Okay.
Hi, madam. Hi.
Example, husband takes financial responsibilities and provide her with protection. The husband takes financial responsibility. That's an example of what I'm talking about. Takes financial responsibilities, then provide the wife with protection, almost all the basic needs, provides shelter, and all the basic needs you can also think about. And you know, the women agree implicitly to cook, clean the house, and take care of the children, and in some cases give birth for the continuity of the husband's lineage. Sometimes this thing that I'm talking about, it's not like they sit down to probably for the husband to say that you are to cook and do blah 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 for the family. But the woman, the women also agree implicitly to do all these things for the family. Let's see, look at marriage forms, the forms of marriage. Yes, there are different forms of marriage that exist in different societies all over the world. There are different forms of marriages. I think I started also saying lesbians and gays, same marriage, and same, yeah, you know. So we have different forms of marriage that exist in the different parts of the world. Some of these forms of marriages may be seen by others who do not practice them as odd, because we do not practice gayism and then lesbianism. We may see it as odd, okay, that it exists elsewhere. What is acceptable in one culture may be unacceptable in another, and vice versa. So, what is acceptable here in Ghana, likewise, when you go elsewhere, it may not be acceptable there. So, these are some forms of marriages that we have. We have the polygamy, where we have the polygyny and then the polyandry. The polygamy where the man, it can be the man having several wives or the woman having several husbands. All is put under polygamy. And then we have the monogamy. Oh, please, who is that? Can you please turn off your mic? Thank you. We have the monogamy. And over here, which one is the monogamy? Hello?
Hello, madam.
Madam,
Yeah.
the
Monogamy
monogamy.
is meant for from 2 or 3 marriage. A man can marry 2 or 3 women at the same time.
Monogamy.
Madam,
Yes.
please, I beg to
No
differ.
blue.
Madam,
Mono is one.
monogamy is that's it. One man and one
One.
woman.
Yes, please. One man, one
Yeah,
woman.
woman.
Mm. My dear, the one who was talking earlier, what you were talking about was polygamy, not monogamy.
Oh, okay,
So
ma.
please don't confuse yourself. The
Okay, ma.
first, the first one who spoke was what you were talking about was polygamy. That one, the man can either have several wives or the woman can either have several husbands. Yes, ma'am. And then which other form do you also know? Or have you also heard of?
Madam, please, from layman, we only know of monogamy and polygamy. That's what we know.
Please talk for yourself. That is what you know. But maybe
That's
someone
what
may
I
know
know.
more. Yeah. Someone may know more. Anyone with another form?
Madam, please, polyamy. That is a marriage between one man and more than two wives.
I've just put all under one,
Oh,
being
okay.
polygamy. So I said polygamy. So I just gave you that form, and I said so that you
Hello, madam.
don't take us back. So I started by saying that we have the polygamy, under which we have the polygyny, and then we have the polyandry, the woman having several husbands. So all these are under polygamy. So mind you, if maybe you are asked to state a form and you are given polygyny as one, and then polyandry as two, all these are ones.
Madam, please come again.
Hello, I hope you can
No, please, madam, please come again.
get what I'm saying. I said, assuming you've been asked to maybe state the forms of sorry, the forms of marriage. Polygamy, under polygamy, we have polygyny, and please, are you with me?
Madam, please, your network.
Yes, madam.
It's because of what I'm
Please, if I
saying.
can
That's why
carry
you
on,
are
although
now
if you
saying my
hear me
network.
well. Madam said that.
You let's move.
Yeah.
Okay. So give me the other forms of marriage.
Madam, please. Now, globally, we have same-sex marriage too.
Yes. I would have been surprised if no one has said it because I've said it earlier. And same sex.
Please, madam, is
Please help
same
us.
sex accepted?
Maybe it could be like a woman and two women staying together. One uh, one person is herself to be the man of the house. So that's just the one party behaves like the woman and the other behaves like the man. And then we also have arranged polyamory. Okay, please, some polyamory is being spelled as POLYAMOURY. Polyamory. Someone should help us. How do you understand polyamory? Okay. So let's do our research and come back and you find polyamory. All right. So let's
Madam,
yes.
polyamorous marriage is a relationship whereby partners openly agree to have more than multiple
Let's look at
relationships.
what a monogamy. When we say monogamy, this is one husband to one wife, as I said earlier, or as our friend said, monogamy. It's between a husband and a wife, one husband. It is one wife to one woman, one man to one woman.
Madam,
To the exclusion of all others. Only
Madam,
remarried.
this is the
Please, I didn't hear you.
polyamorous relationship, no, is the one that I'm talking about too. Or, or am I confused? Hey, I
Is
heard
who
you.
talking about? I asked the question that the polyamory, and I
Yeah.
said for us not to waste time, we should all go and then research about it.
Okay.
Next time we meet, we look at it. And you said that's what you are talking about.
I thought you said what is the meaning? So I was about explaining it. But if so, then let me pause and let's continue. Sorry, madam.
Oh, don't worry. I think because of the network, I couldn't hear what you were saying. Me, I
Uh,
thought you just put on because I've asked you to put off your mic. But I thought you've just put it on and you were talking. So I
no,
decided not to mind because I was not there. What you were even saying was breaking. All
I
right.
was explaining the polyamorous marriage,
Okay. I
and
want
it is
everybody to also go and look at it.
okay. There is a marriage. There is a relationship whereby partners openly
Hey,
agree to.
madam, I said
Sorry.
we should all go and research and look at it.
Oh, madam, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, let's continue, madam. Sorry.
Madam, please, I want to find out something. Hello, madam.
Yes.
Please, I want to find out if objectophilia is a form of marriage nationwide.
Good to see you.
This is whereby there is sexual attraction to an object, such as toys, like yeah, animal.
Honestly, we can't put box ourselves into one particular design. Every now and then things are coming up. So maybe read more about it. When we meet next week, maybe you help us with it. Okay.
Okay, madam.
Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
let's move on. So he said under the monogamy, he said it is between the man, one husband, to the exclusion of all others. Over here, the partners can only remarry in cases of divorce or death of one partner. So one may ask, when you go to social media, this issue of legal wife and side chick and all these things. So where do we really find ourselves? Where partners, he said partners can only remarry, but we are in marriages where partners are even, are they getting married or they are giving birth when there has not been a divorce or the other partner is not dead. Family studies is an interesting course, but then you may see it to just be very simple. So, but then all the same, I know, try and learn, not in isolation. So many things that are in family studies are happening around us, or we live in it. Okay, all right. So let's bring our mind back here and look at the polygamy. The polygamy, we said, is a marriage constructed between one partner and two or more spouses. So it can be the man with several wives or the woman with several husbands. It's a marriage in which there is a possibility of involving more than one member of one of the sexes. I take that again. I said it's a marriage in which there is a possibility of involving more than one member of one of the sexes. So just as I said earlier, the polyandry and then the polygyny all comes under the polygamy. It is a form of multiple marriages. It comes in two forms. So I ask, marriage in Ghana, are we do we really or openly practice polygamy?
No,
Do
please.
we do we really have monogamy,
Yes, please.
pure monogamy?
Yes.
Yes, madam.
Because most of the marriages, even though they go on the altar, they exchange vows, but at the end of the day, to the maybe to the outsider, it's a monogamy. But within, there are maybe the man has, that is where maybe side chicks comes in with their own issues. So do you see this ones to be monogamy?
No.
The man has not openly gone to marry any of the side chicks, but he has several of them with issues.
Madam,
Are they also seen as monogamy?
yes, madam.
Yes.
Please, it's monogamy since the man has not legally married the side chick. Though the wife may be aware that the husband is having a side chick, but since legally they are not married, it is not classified as a polygamy marriage. Thank you.
All
And
right.
madam,
Any other view?
madam, and those side chicks, they are not socially accepted, because in the Ghanaian culture, you were saying that it is a socially accepted sexual union between a man and a woman to live as husband and wife. So since
Wait, oh, please, I will not let you conclude because these are side chicks whose families have even accepted the married man
oh,
as
okay,
their daughters, whatever, their daughters cock.
but madam, not all of them.
But in most cases, they know the family together with the lady are aware that okay, this is a married man. He has wife, and children. And yet, their daughter is flirting with this married man and has given birth, not one, not two, not three, but even more than the legal wife, as in Lumbe's case. Okay. So in this case, we have a very good example. In Lumbe's case, the side chick was accepted. Is that not it? So will you tell me that it's not this? It was a pure monogamy.
No, please.
The one who was on the floor, who wanted to tell me that.
I was speaking on the side of those that they are not recognized.
Oh, but those that are not recognized, they are only few.
Okay.
Today, those everybody wants to be recognized. At least, if
And
not in the family, it's not all who accept. It's not everybody in the family will accept. That is ready to accept the side chick. So
okay.
the man will definitely look for people who back that kind of behavior, and then accept the side chick for him, so that the side chick will also be comfortable in the family. So which
Okay.
one are we talking about that is not socially acceptable? Socially, she has been accepted. Once a brother or a sister from the man's side call her a kuma or aso, that ends it. That's accepted, a socially accepted this thing. Okay. Let's move on. So we say a situation where one man marries more than one wife. That is a polygyny. Polygyny translates all cultures and permeates all societies. So for the polygyny, it's in all the cultures and it's in all the society. It has, it has been able to penetrate into all the societies. Very common among all tribes in Ghana and in most societies in the world over. So it is the most commonest ones and it's common among the Muslims. Please turn off your mic. I said it was very common among all the tribes, both in Ghana and all over the world. It is the commonest, or it is common among Muslims also. Likewise, most of the Old Testament Hebrews were also polygynous. They were also polygynous. And one can cite several examples of that. Okay. And the Christians among us may be fast to say that David and his son Solomon were one of the polygynous men in the Bible. And then
Madam, please, can I ask a question?
okay.
Madam, if polygyny is between maybe one man and more wives, then what of polygamy?
Then it means you were not following.
Okay, madam, let me explain to
But
you.
I
It
follow.
means it means you were not
Okay.
listening.
But I was
Okay.
listening, but I don't know whether I got missing in a
Okay,
way.
someone said she wants to help.
Okay.
So let's allow the person to help and let's maybe you get it. Who was on the floor?
Madam was saying that with the polygamy, it's either it's one partner marrying more than one spouses. And see, that's polyandry and polygyny, they are all under polygamy. So one partner marrying more than one
Okay.
spouse, that is the polygamy. And then the
Okay.
polyandry, one woman marrying more than one husband. Then the polygyny, one man marrying more than one wife. So you get it?
Okay. So the polygyny is under polygamy. Okay.
Yes, and the
I get
polyandry
it.
is under polygamy.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. The one who helped to explain. That was what I was going to say next. But since our sister have explained it to all of us, to the hearing of all of us, then I'll move on again. Then please try and listen, okay? Because that particular part, I kept on hammering on that we should get it, that the two comes under the polygamy. That was where I was saying that when you are being asked to probably state maybe the forms of marriages and you state polygyny, polyandry, it is one. It's one form of marriage. So you that person, maybe you think you have written two, but it's just one point you have written. Okay. Thank you. Then we also have okay, your per what our sister said, the polygyny and then the polyandry. We say that in Ghana, you know, in our Ghanaian culture, the polyandry is being frowned upon, but is also accepted in other cultures. Okay. Then we have the group marriages, where two or more males are married to two or more females. All these, I'm saying, they may not be around us, or you may not see them around, but they exist in the world. They are in some parts of the world. People from some parts of the world practice it. I know one of these forms is being practiced by, I think, the Kenyans also. And then we have the shared partners. We have the shared partners. That these marital forms are put mathematically by Adams as polygyny plus polyandry plus group marriages equal to polygamy. So even under the polygamy, we also have group marriages also under the polygamy. Okay, so they are all, it's all one form. Group marriages, polygyny, polyandry, they all comes under polygamy. That is by Adams. If you've understood that, then let's move on. A situation where one man marries more than one wife. Polygyny is a situation where one man marries more than one wife. Sorry, I think I've gone back. Sorry. Okay,
Madam,
so
please,
let's
it's
see.
a repetition. It's a
Yeah,
repetition of the polygyny.
I just said that. Let's see the sorry, reasons why people marry. Why do you think people get married? People marry for several reasons. People have several reasons why they get married. So help me with some of the reasons, because I know we have married men and women on this platform. If you can share with us why you think you got married. Did you just marry because you thought you were of age and you needed to get married? You got married.
Madam,
Yes, madam.
madam, for companionship and
Okay.
procreation.
So you married because of companionship and for procreation. Okay.
Hello?
So our sister said for companionship and then the need to facilitate procreation. Okay. Yes. Any other reason why? Yes. Any other person?
Hello, madam.
Yes, madam.
To fulfill God's commandment.
And what is God's commandment?
God commanded that it is not good for a man to live alone. And so when he created Adam, he realized that and then created Eve to
So,
be part
madam.
of
So, what
mm,
is your reason for getting married?
to fulfill God's command.
So, you got married just to fulfill God's command. That's all.
Yes, yes, it's a reason.
Yeah. It's your reason for getting married.
Yes.
Okay,
I
madam.
hear. Any other person
Madam, for mutual support.
for mutual support?
Yes.
Hello, madam.
Yes.
Please, for social status.
Social status. The desire to gain prestige. That
Yes.
I'm Mrs. So and so. I'm married.
Madam, another point.
Any
To
other
continue
reason?
to
It's not
continue the
another point.
family.
Oh. I said, give me
No,
your
I said
reason.
I have another point.
Okay.
Mm.
Mhm.
To continue the family life cycle.
Okay. So just to facilitate procreation.
Yes.
Okay.
Madam, also for security.
You got married for security, eh?
Yes, please.
Okay. To feel secured that there's a man in your life. Any other reason? Any other reason?
Madam,
Mhm. Yes,
please,
madam.
for me,
Mm,
they said as a Muslim, if
mm,
you are a woman or man, if you marry, it means that one of your legs are entering heaven. That's Jannah.
I
So
see.
it's up to you to work with the other leg, the work that you do on earth that can move the other head to join the first one, that is what? In heaven.
I
So
see.
for me, the main reason why I got married is I one day want to see myself in heaven or Al-Jannah.
Okay.
Thank
Where
you.
is Alijana?
Al-Jannah is heaven.
Okay. I hear. So just so you and the one who said to fulfill God's commandment, it's almost the same.
I think so.
Uh, any other reason why? There are many ladies on this platform. There are many. You are counting to about 100 or even more. I think you are even more than the males. Do we have males on this platform? Is there any man? Is there any man among you? Because I'm not hearing any male voice. So that's all. So the one who said for security it could be for financial security. It's mainly for financial security. When I said to protect, she said yes. Meanwhile, she knows that at the back of her mind is for economic, for financial security. So we'll put all these reasons, we'll put all together and then give it 4 points. Okay. The first point is the need to facilitate procreation. And then the second, the desire to gain prestige. That is to be called Mrs. So and so, Mrs. Apia, Mrs. whatever. Okay, prestige. Or to feel, there was this time I witnessed an event in some part of the Volta region whereby the man and the woman have been married. These are elderly people, have been married for so many years. But then they said they were performing those rites to give especially the man, the opportunity to also sit among, let me say, among the, should I say, the grown up when they are taking decision. Because I learned if you don't perform that right, when men are talking, it's like they don't consider you to be a man. Some nice events among which tribe is that? Some part of the vault, no, that's OT region. That's among the OT region, So all this, like that event I'm talking about, I know that.
Akpafu or Central Coffee?
Yeah, I think is that I think
these two towns who perform those rites.
I think
okay, they also do it.
And all that, I just want to say that performance, for instance, they all come under to gain prestige. Okay, those like rights, I think those from that area, they may be much more familiar with what I'm talking about. That was the first time I witnessed it some few years back. I never knew about it until I witnessed it. So same that I'm saying that those referring to and then the obligation as a result of cultural demand. As a woman or man, the next question, instead of they asking whether how are you, they will rather ask when are you getting married. So it's like an obligation as a result of cultural demand that at a particular age, society expects you to be settled down in marriage. Then the next point is to produce manpower needs for economic activities. As I said earlier, that the man is seen as the head and the provider of the family. So, and then when one of us also said for security, and I was saying that security mostly in the sense of providing financial security. So that point also comes under to produce manpower needs for economic activities. You see, before, when we look at the polygamy in general, the man gives birth to many or is married to many wives to have many children to help him on the farm or to help him do whatever economic activity he may be engaged in. So we box all this together under that point to say that to provide or to produce manpower needs for economic activities.
And besides,
Looking at the polyandry, looking, oh, so who
and I'm
is
say
that?
now what's young can know now no yet now
Yes,
and then
listen to
okay
you.
now. Miss Woman if you were much to go. Enti adwuma no papa ya na baby o so me ka tentina o traffic ko kana
Oh, that's too loud.
Please mute
That's too loud.
yourself. Please mute
Ohima, please
yourself.
mute yourself. Ohima, you are disturbing, please.
Such a person will come and
Ohima,
tell you that give her questions. Huh? You are
Please,
here instead of
uh,
you to listen. You are there talking. Are you? I don't know whether she's even quarreling or something. Huh? Oh. And will come and tell you that the network. Meanwhile, I can hear you clearly. Okay, let's move on. The polyandry is a marriage between one woman, one woman, and then two or more men. When the marriage is between a woman and two or more men. And we said this is normally among the lesser of New Ireland. As I said, we have next year, for instance, a woman can also marry two husbands. So as I said earlier, we have several parts of the world where this is being practiced. So it's over here, we may frown upon it, but then it is normal elsewhere. Husband number one makes the marriage payment to his wife's maternal relatives. I'm just telling you how the whole thing, a little about how it's done. So the first husband or the number one, the marriage husband number one, he makes payments, marriage payments to his wife's maternal relatives. Then the husband number two pays the dowry to the first husband. It is practiced among over 50 ethnic groups. And as I said, this may sound strange, but can you share why you think it is strange? Can we share why we think this is strange?
Yes, please. Please, madam, if the woman gets pregnant or give birth, whom does the baby belongs to?
I didn't say you should ask me questions. I said, can you share? When you answer me first, then we move on. Why
Madam,
is this strange?
I think the child belongs to all the men, so there is no one particular man that will be responsible for the child. I think they will be in agreement to bring up the child together since they both had sexual intercourse with the woman.
But you and I know that it is only one man that impregnates a woman. Or
Madam Police, you said,
I said it's only one man that can impregnate a woman.
okay, Madam, but in their case, it's more than one man involved, and it's
And
in
I'm
our
saying
modern
that
system that we have the
mm,
DNA. If not, and then they all accept to take care of the child.
Accepting to take care of a child, I think is part of the agreement. But I'm just saying that it's only one man that can impregnate a woman. Or
Yes, only one man.
are you there? Two or more men cannot impregnate a woman. It's only one person that can impregnate a woman. Once the woman takes it, any other person that comes around is not the one who impregnated the woman. Or am I right? Why you are silent?
No, please.
Any other reason why you think this is strange?
Madam, please, before then, I want to get it. Does it mean that they share timetable? Should I say every week or every month? Let's say this man will be taking control the following month, so that if the pregnancy comes, they will know who is actually responsible for it. Is it
But
how it goes?
what I know in this kind of marriage is that, as one person said earlier, that the children belongs to all of them.
Okay, madam,
What I
thank
know
you.
is that the children from this kind of marriage belongs to all of them. Then I was just arguing that it's only one person that can impregnate the woman at a go. Do you get what I'm saying? It's only one man's sperm that impregnated the woman. It's not the many that slept with her that got her pregnant, but it was just one person who got her pregnant. That is what I'm just trying to argue out. So let's see groups that practice polyandry. We say Irigues of northern Nigeria. Irigues of northern Nigeria. And then we said Tibetes of Nepal. That's China and India. And then we also have the Bororos of South America. The Bororos of South America. And then Maasais of Kenya. The Maasais of Kenya. You can search on the net the groups that practice polyandry. So group marriage, let's look at the group marriage. It said these people, they live in groups, and every man has sexual rights to every woman, and vice versa to every woman, and vice versa. So the people, they live together, and they have sexual rights over all the women in the group, or they have every right over all the men in the group. That's sexual rights. The woman can go to husband number one, or husband number one has every right over the woman, just as husband number two, number three, number four, or to what number. And then we say group marriages existed among the the Caigans of Brazil. The Caigans of Brazil. And then in their marriages, several men live together with several women in mutual cohabitation. You know what is cohabitation? They live together. Several men live together with several women in mutual cohabitation. In such marriages, every man has sexual rights to all women in the group and vice versa. Every man has sexual rights to all women in the group and vice versa. So just as every man has sexual rights to all the women, so do the women, a woman in the group also has sexual rights to all the men in the group. So in this kind of marriage, you say children born into the group belong to no particular parents, but for the group. I said earlier that the child does not belong to a particular partner. It belongs to all of them. Even though sometimes the woman, I believe the woman will know that this child is for husband number one. As for women, they will know. We are saying that the child belongs to all of them. The children do not belong to a particular parent. The group is totally responsible for the upkeep of all its members. It's very interesting. The group is totally responsible for the upkeep of all its members.
Madam,
Yes, madam.
please, on the marriage day, how do they perform the marriage rites?
He said,
With a group marriage, on the marriage day, how do they perform the marriage?
But I started from somewhere. I started by telling you that the first man pays what make marriage payments to the woman's what maternal family. You've forgotten that aspect. You know, they all have maybe various ways they perform their rites. But in a particular one, I was saying that the first husband pays marriage payments or make marriage payments to the maternal family of the woman. And then the second husband pays the dowry to the first husband.
Yes, you explained that one under the polyandry.
And what I'm saying here, I said all this comes under the polygamy, the polyandry, the polygyny, the group marriage. They are all under the polygamy. Okay. And then I
Okay.
was explaining that under that. But then coming further to this place, the question you were asking, I'm referring you back to that point I made.
Okay.
Madam, please, I have a question.
But in case, okay.
Madam, please, the Nigerians, they have a rule. So I'm using my elder sister's case as an example. My elder sister got married to a Nigerian. Then, when my sister passed out, the man came that he's supposed to replace me in the marriage. So I'm asking, which type of marriage is that?
Hmm. So since that time, you have no research on it to know which type of
Madam,
marriage is that.
me, I was there, I had then completed the SS, and so me, I hate the man. I don't even want to see him face to face. He's not serious. If we're Nigerian, your rule applies to you in Nigeria, not in Ghana here.
Okay. So you find out that which of the marriages does that fall under, or would that fall under?
Okay, madam.
Okay. Thank you. So we said the group is totally responsible for the upkeep of its members. And then they told us have a culture that can be interpreted as group marriages. They told us they have a culture that can be interpreted as a group marriage or group marriages. In the Todas culture, when a woman marries a man, she becomes the wife of all the man's brothers. Do you get it? She becomes the wife of all the man's brothers. So if your husband's family is a large one, then you should know and has many brothers, then you are married to all the brothers in that family. This is an old culture and may still not be the case today. Polyandry comes in different forms in other cultures the world over. So polyandry, it comes in different forms also. I asked a question earlier, even though I said we should go and then research on it and come back. Over here, I think let's not, I won't take the response next week again. I want to move on. Otherwise, next week, then it means we have to go back. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't know that I'll get here. I thought since I've gotten here, then I'll ask the question again. Or I'm moving too fast. I don't think so. Please, are you with me? Or I'm alone?
Madam,
We
are
are,
with
we are with you,
we are with
madam.
you.
I was saying that I asked you to go and research and come back with the polyamory. I said that because I thought I will not get to that point. But since I've gotten there, I was asking whether I was moving faster than necessary, but no one is saying anything.
No,
So
madam.
Oh,
this
madam,
is
We
getting
are
we
okay.
are okay.
We are okay.
We are okay with the
okay.
pace
Madam,
you
we
are
are okay.
going.
Please move
Yes,
on.
please.
So since we are there, I will throw the question back to you again. What do you think polyamory is? We have talked about, I think, most of the forms of marriages.
Hello, madam.
Yes, madam.
Yeah, it is an open marriage. An open marriage where legally married couples decide to go in for another partner and they are free to bring them home. It's an open, yeah, that's what I know about it. Because even
Okay.
if you are watching the Nigerian films, they do it, they've been showing it, open marriage, where the man brings in a girlfriend and even introduce to the wife. And the woman also goes in, bring it and introduce to the man. Yes.
Wow. Any other contrary view?
With the polyamory, it's like that. other partners, that is, their sex partners that they have, whether the woman's side or the man's
Please,
side.
I can hardly hear you.
That, as my sister said, that the couples have right to get another sexual partners. Those partners don't have any legal backing, like the way they went to see their family members and they got married. The other partners that they have, they don't have any legal backing. Although they are having affection with them, but there's nothing like legal backing.
Okay. Is that all? Is that all? Okay. Polyamory. Then the first person made the attempt. He said it is an arrangement between married couple where each partner is allowed to have another sexual partner. Each partner can, at his or her own convenience, bring the amorous partner to the matrimonial home. The couples will still be legally married, but will maintain sexual partners outside. So it's like the man and the woman, they are married, but then they still have, should I say, side cock and side chick. But this one is not a secret. It's not in a case where you are hiding to do it. No, they both bring their partners home. They can both bring their partners home. They both, like, they know each other. I think they introduce themselves to each other. Can imagine. Couples will still be legally married, but will maintain sexual partners outside. I think this is part of the Christians on the platform will see this as a total deviation from what God, the creator of marriage, the one who instituted marriage at the first place, as observed earlier, on, the other amorous partner has no legal backing in the relationship.
Madam,
Yes, dear.
please, I think with this kind of marriage, it
Mhm.
will be the legal ones. It can be those who were forced to get married. And after
Ah.
they moved in, they
Mm.
realized so they can't be together. So if that's the case, to please both families, I mean their parents who forced them to get married in terms of businesses, then they'll give each other the opportunity to have partners outside the marriage. I think that's it mostly.
I see.
Hello, madam.
Yes.
Please, some also engage in this kind of marriages because both partner, either one partner cannot give birth, so they come together. Partners come together to decide whether one will go outside or the other will also go outside, so that they see if they can give birth. Another thing is that sometimes both partners, for their covetous, uh, how do I put it, way they decide to go in. Maybe the man will tell the woman, if this rich man uh, tells you, maybe I love you, accept it so that we get money. Me too, I'll go out there and get money. So sometimes both partners agree on this basis, either for procreation or for wealth. That is what I know about.
Okay. Thank you. There were some parts that I think the network was misbehaving. If you wouldn't mind, can you please take it again? So I
Hello.
didn't get.
I was
Yes.
saying that in this kind of in this kind of thing, both partners will agree that maybe because we are not able to get children, I don't know. So let's go out there and then see if we can make children. Sometimes the woman will agree that, well, let me go and sleep with this man and then bring a child home secretly between the two partners. Secondly, they can both of them can agree to go and make wealth, bring wealth home. Maybe allowing the man allowing the wife to go for a rich man, the man also going for a rich woman, then they both make money and bring home. Deliberately, they know what they are doing. Yes.
Wow. And we have this in Ghana.
Yes, it's ongoing. Some marriages they do it. They agree. They
I
agree
see.
and they do that. Yes. So you see them wealthy. It's not all the wealth you see. Maybe both partners made it. They went out there to do it deliberately. They agreed. Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Madam. And
Yeah.
the funny part, when you watch Nigerian film and this thing happen, the man brings the woman home peacefully. But the moment the woman goes and bring the man to the house, then there is wahala.
Oh no, in this case there's understanding. Oh. So there will not be any
Some men
agreement.
you bring in the film, some men the moment they see the woman bring another man, then they got flared up. They are not happy about it.
Wow. Okay. And let's also look at, thanks for all your views. Let's also look at same marriages. Is that it is contracted between people of the same sex. We have two types where we have the gay marriages as marriage between two men, and then we have the lesbian marriages as marriages contracted between two women. And it is normally in these marriages that one of the partners assume the feminine roles, whereas the other assume the masculine roles. So same sex, but then one person assume the masculine role or the male figure in the family, and then the other assumes the female figure of the family. Under same marriages recently, he said there has been the issue of allowing same-sex couples to adopt children. You will not get married to maybe the opposite sex so that you will have your own children. But you want someone to give birth to children, then you will come adopt. Are they being fair? Anyway, it's also because those who are giving birth to their children are also not capable of taking care of them. If they are capable of taking care of them, they will not give birth to some of them, wrap them in a nylon bag and go and drop them somewhere.
Madam,
Yes.
now most of them do the artificial insemination. Example, dealing. The lady became pregnant, they did the artificial insemination, and now they have children.
Mm, I see.
Yeah.
I see. Wow. Mm. Okay. Is that not? It's not yet in existence in Ghana. Anyway, it's not accepted. We started by saying that one too. That's not accepted in Ghana. Marita, yes.
Madam,
Please, who called?
please.
when it is 9 o'clock, we'll be having a 10-minute break and come back at 9:10.
Oh, so that's why you interacted like that. I thought you wanted to add up. I know, right? It's not yet 9 o'clock. The one who interacted me. It's not yet 9 o'clock. So you wait. When it is past 9 and I'm still keeping you, then you can interact. Okay. Marital laws of Ghana stress marriage between a man and a woman or man and woman. But do you think we can ever change our mind from this anytime soon to also have same marriages in Ghana?
Madam, about this issue, it has become political issue. So if you
And
don't get
so you and
a
I should take the politics out of it and discuss it.
personally, when it comes to the individual level, I don't think it will be possible very soon because majority of the citizens in Ghana are against this. It's just few people who are in support. So personally, I don't think it will be possible now.
These types of marriages are very rare in Ghana. This is as a consequence of Ghana's growing democracy with its attendance quest to achieve fundamental human rights for each citizen. Considering the culture of Ghana, it will not be far from the truth to say that it will take decades for same-sex marriages to be accepted in Ghanaian society, and for that matter, culture, religion, culture, and religion. Okay, I think on this note, we can go on break. We can go for break. We'll come back at what time? What time are we coming back?
Madam, I
Cause
think that would be
9:10, please.
10.
what time is this class ending?
11.
11:10.
11:10. Then okay, let's come back at 9:20. You are the
Okay.
same group that I'll be taking the second class.
Yes, please.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. You're welcome.
So later.
Bye.
Swing will be on to books, my back and my magnet. Watch one but what's so. And I put man, which no, hey, I'm a slow phone, more be unfunny son. Cause I as well. Oh no, towers. Bless my phone. Pull out.
Hello.
Hi, madam.
Hello, madam.
Please, can we please put off our mute our mic? Kindly mute your mic.
450.
But mute yourself.
19. That's 100.
If someone is close to Betty, the person should call her and tell her to mute herself. Okay. I want us to continue from where we ended for taking our break. Types. Let's look at the types of marriages. Please try as much as possible not to confuse yourself with the forms and then types. The first one we look at was forms of marriages. And now we are looking at types of marriages. In Ghana, there are 3 main types of marriages that are being recognized by law. That is the traditional marriage, the Islamic and civil or ordinance marriages. The ordinance and then the civil, let me say, are the same. Let's take a look at the traditional marriage as the first type. Every traditional area in Ghana has its own form of marriages. Okay. So your area, how is done, the form of marriages may differ from my area. So the traditional marriages are contracted to conform to traditions and customs of the traditional areas where the couple to be at. A minute, please. All right. Most especially the traditional area where the lady is coming from. I think the marriage is done to conform to that tradition or custom. Mostly the woman or the lady. The dowry and other bride payments differ from society to society. As I said, in some culture or society, I know we have the loudness among us, where I learned cows are being taken. In some other tradition, they may not even take goats. Okay, so it differs. Even within this the same ethnic group or local differences are not uncommon. Traditional marriages always for the basis of other forms of Traditional marriages always form the basis of other forms of marriages. Okay, it's the basis for all the marriages. Like the ordinance, you can't do the ordinance without performing the traditional one. So you realize that even in the church, the pastor may ask the ebusuapenyi or the family head whether the man's family or the man has performed the duly, what is due of him or what is expected of him has done all those things before they are here. If you cast your mind back, I think you can recall that that is what is being done in the church before even the exchange vow. Is that not it? Are you here with me or I'm alone?
We are here with you.
The law of Ghana does not recognize this form of marriage unless it is registered at the law courts. So there are different traditional, way of having these traditional marriages. There are different distance, but then we are saying that the law of Ghana does not recognize it unless it is registered at the law court. So one can perform the traditional marriage and then go to court and register it. It is a perfect marriage. It is marriage. Okay. And when you look at it, we normally, the Christians especially, they normally have their traditional marriage, which they always say that is a marriage. After which we go to the church to now make noise in the marriage, and then we sign. So whatever registration that needs to be done at the law court is the same thing that is being brought to the church for the couples to undergo or undertake. Let me not jump the hook. So let me take it gradually. Let's look at the traditional marriage as a whole. So I think when I was talking, I was trying to be comparing the traditional to the ordinance. So when we are asked to write on this, sometimes we end up confusing ourselves. Okay. The partners and their future children's legitimacy. The partners and their future children's has the legitimate right, okay, to inherit the properties of the other partner in case of death. That's depend on whether or not the marriage was registered with the registrar of marriage. I take it again. I said the partner or the partners and their children legitimate right to inherit the property of other whoever might have died. Let's say is the mother or the father, whichever. I used to say, or we used to say maybe the father, and now the fathers who are getting angry with us, that why do we women always think that it's the men who die first? So, okay, in a case where it's the woman who has died and you have any property, it's a legitimate right of the children and your husband to inherit whatever property you have. Okay? Once the marriage, whether the marriage is registered with the registry or not, they have that legitimate right to inherit whatever property you have. You are some may once we are married as a woman, whatever property you have, as anytime you are getting married, that's what they normally tell the women. When you get it, bring it home. It's for your family, but not for your husband and your children. And I hope this one whereby now it's like if married couples, assuming one passes on, now has the right to give it to whoever he wants. That when the husband passes on, maybe the property belongs to her. Now it's no one else. Your own. Everybody has to own whatever. Please let us pass listen. That's it. Siblings and the family. When they usually given to the woman, it goes to she, the woman, the bride, and also other items to the parents and her siblings. So we say the marriage payments usually center on personal effects of the woman. Please, a minute. Hold on for a minute. Okay. I said in traditional or customary marriages, the marriage payments are usually centered on personal effects of the woman. And then it represents compensation for the that's compensation to the her family, for the loss of the services of their daughter or sister. So normally whatever payment is made to the bride is for a compensation, is to represent a compensation to her family for the loss of the services of their sister or daughter. Or we are taking your daughter or your sister away. So those things that she used to do to you, she may no more be around to render those services to the family. So these payments are made to compensate the family. And then also their consent for the marriage, to seek for their consent for the marriage. Let's see the changes in traditional marriages. There has been some changes in traditional marriages of late. In some instances, the total marriage, sometimes in some, listen, they pay cash. They said they should bring drink, they pay cash. They should bring cow, they pay cash. They should bring what? Cowrie. They turn it into the sum of money. They sum it up and pay cash into cash or money. And then elimination of local drinks. As I said, due to, should I say, religion, our religion also, sometimes when they ask the supposed groom to probably maybe buy hard liquors and all that, they tend and pay in cash. Or so in this case, they eliminate local drinks from the list. And then items such as Bibles, ladies' panties, and even a ring with the old age tobacco they are all fading away. Okay, all these things are fading away. And then there is also the the man or the groom has a chance to sometimes bargain for the bride payments. Maybe they are demanding for 3 cows. The man can go and bargain, and then the 3 can be reduced to 2 or to 1. They are demanding for maybe lots of local liquor. Maybe the man or the lady, together with the supposed groom, can sometimes bargain for the family to reduce probably whatever quantity. And then there are no more pouring of libation. Before, they used to pour libation at traditional marriages, but of late, what do we see? Traditional marriage, you go and then there's a pastor there to pray. So there has been so many changes in the traditional marriages of late. Then looking at the Islamic marriage, which is Muslim or Mohammed marriage under the Islamic laws. Choice of marriage partners is usually the duty of their parents, and then compatibility is not a consideration. We have Muslims on the platform, maybe they can help us maybe to highlight more on the Islamic marriage. The age difference is also not a factor in the Mohammedan marriages. The age difference is always not a factor. And then polygyny is also condoned with. So maximum of 4 wives is acceptable in the Islamic marriage. Then the first 2 features prescribed and age compatibility are not so prevalent among educated Islamic partners. So like the first 2 I said, it's not very predominant with the educated ones. It's not really common among them. And the huge age differences between couple is perpetuated through child betrothal. So you will see that the man may be 60 years and may take a small girl as young as maybe 21 or 20 to be the wife. So they do not, the age gap is not really of a matter when it comes to the Islamic marriage. Then let's look at the second type, the third type of marriage, which is the civil or ordinance marriage. Under this, he said the marriage, this is marriage that is contracted. So the marriage is contracted under the colonial law of ordinance. Colonial law of ordinance takes place at the law court, registered church. It takes place at the law court or registered church, etc. In Ghana, for a marriage to be considered to be an ordinance, it must meet some conditions. So in Ghana, for marriage to be considered as an ordinance marriage, it must meet certain conditions, which as we go on, we'll get to know those conditions. So in that case, you'll be able to put your own. You can be able to reflect or draw conclusions on the kind of marriage in which you are as a person or as an individual. So let's look at the conditions of civil marriage. The first one is customary rites should be performed. As I said earlier, when I was talking about the traditional marriage, that the customary rites should be performed. Then each of the couples should not be married under any law. Each of the couples should not be married under any law. So assuming you were married, okay, but you have divorced.
Hello. Oh, okay, madam.
Sorry, I'm back. I was talking about the conditions of civil marriage. I said customary rites should be performed. If you remember, when we're talking about the traditional marriage or the customary marriage, we said is the basic or is the basis for all the other types. Okay. So it's the fundamental, it should be done. Then each of the couples should not be married under any law. I've given you two. Let's see if we can also help in bringing out the other conditions. So yes,
Madam, please, there should be 21 days notice before the marriage is performed.
okay.
Madam, please,
Madam,
and it should be a monogamy marriage. That it should be only between one man and one woman.
Okay. Yes. Thank
madam,
you.
the
Yes.
the one who will officiate the marriage should be a recognized person.
Recognized person. How?
Not
Hello, madam.
Please allow her to
hello,
conclude
madam.
herself. Yes.
It should be a person who is recognized by law.
You are now talking.
So yeah, to perform it, not just any ordinary person. Thank you.
By law is okay because then I could just call excuse me to say this one man churches. I can just call any pastor, anyone that calls himself pastor to officiate, or anybody I see on the street that calls himself a pastor to officiate my marriage for me. But as part of the conditions, lay down conditions of civil marriage, it can't be like that. It should be a person who is recognized by law to perform such ceremonies. Okay, thank you. Any other?
Madam, the customary rights needs to be performed before the civil or
I've said
ordinance.
that one. I've said that
Okay.
one. That was what I
Okay.
said. And then I
Okay.
added additional one by saying that each of the couples should not be married under any law. So I asked if you could also help by providing the others, other things or other conditions.
Madam,
Mommy.
please, the venue should also be registered. The venue
Yeah, the venue must be a
registered,
place that is registered for such purposes.
and also the doors and the windows. It shouldn't be shut. It should be well open.
It should be
Well
open.
open. Yeah,
It
to
should be
public.
opened. It should be
Uh,
open. The
yeah,
doors and the windows of the place should be opened
open.
down.
Yeah.
Or
Yes,
as
ma'am.
the ceremony is going on, it should be open. It
Yes, madam.
shouldn't be performed in a closed door or closed window. Okay. Yes. Any other point? Any other thing? Oh, any other? I know some of you have read something on this. Any other? At least we are left with about 2 or 3 more points. Any other?
Hello.
Hi.
Please, allowances should be obtained from court before the marriage.
Thank you. Is it from court? Okay, I'll take it.
Yes, please. Or a registered
Department. Okay.
general office.
General officer.
Yes, court or general office, like the
Which
district
general office?
assembly. You can,
Which general
yes,
office?
yes, like the district
Registrars,
assembly office.
Registrar General's office.
Office.
Ah, I heard it. I didn't hear the registrars. I'm only hearing the general office. I'm
I
asking you
said
which
it.
general
I
office.
I said it. Maybe you
Ah,
didn't
okay.
hear me.
And that's what I'm saying. I didn't hear that part. I only heard
Okay.
general office. So that's why I'm
No.
asking you which general office.
Okay.
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 Yes, any other?
Madam, also the event should be take place from the hours of 8 o'clock to that of 5 o'clock p.m. in the evening.
Really? The event should take place between the
Yeah,
hours of 8
to
to
5.
6
Okay, rather 6.
to 6 p.m.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. Solemnization. He said this is not a form of marriage, but it is an ordinance marriage. I take it again.
Madam,
Solemnization. Yes.
Madam, please, can I take you back? Per the point we are discussing under the conditions of the civil marriage. Yesterday, so I met somebody, and it's about this marriage. And somebody was saying, I mean, worry what most of in office, and kakraba. What of those ones too? Does this still come under ordinance or it's a customary
Oh,
one?
once the place is just if the place has, let me say, has the conditions we have listed, the place is registered and all those things that we have said, then why not? It is recognized.
Okay, well, because I don't know much into that unless I find out them. Let me read the questions, the uh, 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 Orthodox churches, the mission house, people. I do my where I did my marriage in mission house. I don't know whether the mission house are also being registered. I know the chapels are, but I don't know of the
You know,
mission house. That's
mostly,
why. Okay,
I may not be cutting you in, but then mostly, this
okay,
mission house are, should I say, they are at the church premises.
okay, okay,
They are the church premises. I know that most of the pastors' offices are attached to the church auditorium. So, to me, I think the church premises is what we are asking, that it has been registered, it's recognized.
okay.
Do you get it? So, and the pastor is a recognized person by law to
Yeah.
perform such events. Then why not?
Okay, okay.
Do
Thank
you
you.
get it?
Yes, madam.
You're welcome. I was stressing on hey, who is still doing this? Sophia.
Madam.
Sophia.
Yes, madam.
Mute yourself, or are you not the one making noise?
Please, madam, sorry.
I was laying much emphasis on the solemnization, and I said this is not a form of marriage, but it is an ordinance marriage that is celebrated at the church. And then I'll ask a question, that how can solemnization be made legal and must conform with the ordinance marriage? How can it be made legal?
Madam, please, it can be made legal whereby the couple they go to court to register the marriage. And so the notices are being sent to the church where the marriage will be taking place, for that series announcement for public view. So do and when the date is due, that the solemnization comes on. That is my view about it.
I believe when you are able to conform with all the conditions, okay, when you are able to conform with all the conditions we have listed above, I think we can say that it can be legal. So we say it must conform with ordinance marriage. And then church blessing. Church blessing, we said this is a way of ensuring the church's approval or endorsement of the marriage. A traditional marriage can be blessed, but this does not in any way solve the legitimacy to each other's property in times of death, as in ordinance marriage. So we said the traditional marriage can be registered, right? So once it is registered, it can be blessed, but this does not in any way, assuming it wasn't registered, said it's in any way does it solve the legitimacy of each other's property in times of death, as in the case of ordinance marriage. It must be noted that although there are no strict laws prohibiting polygamy in the Christian church, most Christians frown and even preach against polygamy. And so most of these marriages are expected to be monogamous. So from there, we move to marriage prohibitions. Marriage prohibitions. Please, when do the class end? And when do we start the other one? First read.
Madam, the class will end at 11:10.
Okay. And then the other one starts at what time?
11:50.
11:04. 11:50.
11:50.
11:50. Okay. Since I will be the same person, maybe we'll end this one at 11 and then we'll start that one at 11:50. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. So
You're welcome.
I said marriage prohibitions. We have certain things that need to be prohibited. So what are those marriage prohibitions? We are discussing on what are some of the things you think are prohibited or are not allowed.
Madam, please, I will say that one of it is that, let me say, siblings marry themselves.
Okay. So members of families like siblings, parents, uncles, aunties, or any other prohibition.
Adam, please, people with the same blood type, like for example, razors, AS and then AS, they can also get married because they can give birth to children with SS, sickle cell children.
Okay. Any other thing? All those that are so close in terms of consanguinity. And then people having close blood ties. These are all marriage prohibitions. Then in Ghana, it is an abominable act for a brother to marry his sister, or an uncle marrying a niece, or auntie marrying her nephew, etc. And among the Ewes especially, and the Equiapins, cross cousins marriages are not uncommon. So it is common among the Ewes and then the Equiapins. Okay. And even the Ewes, I think it's some part of Ewes. They marry cross cousins. Cross cousin is accepted. And then it is, however, still considered an abomination to marry one's parallel cousin. When you say one parallel cousin, please, how do we understand it? How do you understand the one parallel cousin? Like one side, maybe your mother's sister, sister's child, you marrying your auntie's son. We have the cross cousin or parallel cousin. Can we move on? Or there's something you don't understand?
Madam, please, we can move on.
Apart from who spoke right now? I think who spoke? Who said we can move on?
Esther.
Was it Esther? Okay. Apart from Esther saying we can move on, are you all okay? Can we move
Yes,
on?
madam.
Yes,
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 please.
madam.
All right.
Madam.
Okay. All right. So the next thing we'll look at is a lineage exogamy, and then lineage endogamy. I hope we have heard this word exogamy before. Okay, first of all, I hope we have heard of lineage before. We have all heard lineage before. What is it? How do you understand the word lineage?
Hello, madam.
Yes.
Hello, madam.
Lineage talks about the blood.
Or the
Okay.
family line.
Okay. All right. So if that is lineage, then lineage endogamy is what?
Hello.
Okay.
Hello, madam.
Yes.
Please, is the custom of marriage outside a community, clan, or tribe, which is unrelated?
Please, can you take it in?
I said the custom of marriage
I said so many things,
outside
so I don't know what exactly you are talking about.
lineage exogamy.
Okay.
I'm talking of, yes, is the custom of marriage outside a community, clan, or tribe.
Hmm. So the endo is what? The endogamy.
It's like unrelated, like a unrelated family.
The endo is unrelated family.
Yes.
Madam,
A
endo
marriage.
means,
I hear.
please, can I come in?
Who is coming in?
Please, so far.
All right, Sophia. Yes, let me hear you, sir.
Endo means internal, so marry
Mm-hmm.
from your bloodline.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
You
Uh-huh.
are welcome.
And then the exo is what?
As well as marrying from outside your family
Okay.
line.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
So when we say lineage endogamy, it's like marrying from within your lineage. Okay. And to make it more real life, I started by saying that this thing we live with it. We live with it or in it. Okay. Family studies. It's not something that when you are studying, it's like you don't learn in isolation. We are practicing most of the things, but yet when we come to maybe in academia, maybe there are terms and then concepts that probably we just have to learn those concepts, then we are good to go. See, in the among the little thing I've learned about the fancies is that I know sometimes, or the let me say maybe the accounts in general, where we say a bushia. I don't know whether that's where you have the ACO, you know, the please help me. Where we
That's
have the
the
ACO,
family clan, the clans. That's
that's
what's called
clan,
the
eh?
Bushia. Yeah,
That's
clan.
clan, eh? But I
Yes,
want
madam.
I more or less want to refer to the lineage where like the person marries within the lineage is not, I'm not talking about your family,
Okay.
but the lineage
Madam, the lineage is Entom.
is a what?
Entom.
And so
Yes,
I'm not
please.
a fancy, so and so
I'm
can you
Ashanti.
explain your
Entom.
so can you
Entom
explain
is the lineage, the ancestral blood.
exactly?
Where it comes from, yeah. Entom.
Okay.
Entom Awobo.
So, uh-huh. So you see,
Madam, yeah,
marry
for we fancies, madam, please, we fancies, we also call it the clan, as I said about. So we have the Insana Ebushia,
those things.
Anana
I
Ebushia,
know
yeah,
of that.
Fana Ebushia. Yes.
You
So
see, so
that's what we call the clan.
sometimes you realize that you go and marry someone and the person too is a what a sona and
Your lily. Yes, yeah, you married the person from your same clan.
exactly. So it's like
Uh-huh.
those are what we are talking about. And then
Okay.
the exo is like someone who is not winning in bushia. Like
Ebushia.
if
Okay.
I say a
Okay.
bushia, it's not like I'm not talking about family.
Yeah, you are talking
Yes,
about
madam.
Entom.
This and tone
Aha.
that we are talking, for us to just get it, I'm saying that these are things that we do in the family, but into where we are talking in academia, some of these
Yeah.
things we just put it under one concept, about. So when you are saying it, you may be seeing yourself far away from the thing, but we are living with it. Do you get it?
Yes,
Yes,
please.
madam.
So that is how I will explain the endo and then the exo for us to just get
Okay.
it. So we move on to incest taboo. Incest taboo. And then I think we have, do we have the Mauli, the center also here with us?
No,
Do we
please.
have Mauli center?
No, please.
Okay. All right. So the incest taboo, but we have some airways. Let me not be biased. We have some airways too among us. What I'm just trying to say, I was explaining it for the for the nodness. I don't know whether you have also gotten what I said, but when I said you get it, everybody is saying yes. So I think I'm moving on. I'll not go anywhere again. I'm moving on. Since you said you've all understood what I'm saying, please, who is washing? You are washing and your mic is on. Ah, either you are washing or you are fetching water or whatever. Incest taboo is that this forbids sexual relations between people of close blood, like a father marrying the daughter, a mother marrying the son. And of late, we hear some of these things on the social media, a lot of these things. The sister marrying the brother, all these things, they are incest taboos, and it forbids sexual relations between people of close blood relations. It is not the same as marriage prohibitions. Please get it right. This incest taboo is not the same as marriage prohibitions, but cannot be totally divorced from marriage prohibitions. So you realize that when we're talking about marriage prohibitions, we said certain things that could also be the same as incest taboo. In Ghana, in Ghanaian societies, most marriage prohibitions are based on incest taboo.
Please mute your mic. Oh.
Madam Joanna, Madam Joanna.
Hey, it is well. Sexual intercourse is an integral aspect of marriage, and if people of close blood relations are allowed to marry, incest becomes unavoidable. Again, let's move on to see the purposes of marriage. The purpose. Basically, if the definition that marriage is a union between a man and a woman for the purpose of procreation is to be taken, then obviously one will say that the question then is, what about those marriages where couples have no children, or where couple marry at an age that the woman can no longer reproduce, and worst of it all, what about same marriage and sex marriages? I think when we're talking about the forms of marriages, I even said that in a passing statement or comment. So if basically the definition, looking at the definition of marriage, then it means that what about those who also get married at older ages? What happens to them? What happens to those who marry at older ages or same-sex marriages?
Madam, please, I think the purpose for marriage, the reasons for marriage is not only one. So reproduction or creation is one of the purpose, and there are other purpose. Of which, so taking those, the older people getting married, one could be for emotional support. At least one person living alone is somehow a problem than two people. So at least they will care for each other, and so
Okay.
emotionally they give themselves support. So not necessarily
Mm.
for procreation or reproduction.
Okay. Thank you. Then any other purpose? Any other purpose?
Madam,
Yes, madam.
one of the purposes is for companionship, as she says for emotional, but we get married for companionship.
Hmm. Okay. Any other?
Hello, please, madam.
Yes, madam.
Please, we get married for procreation.
Okay.
Madam, we also get married for security purpose, such as what you said earlier on. It can be physical security, it can be financial security as well.
Nobody can say.
Please, I did not hear it.
Mhm. Please, can you repeat yourself again?
Madam, please, I was saying that we get married for security purposes. So I said it can be financial purpose, it can also be physical purpose.
Madam, please, I can also say that for social status to gain
Mm.
respect outside was when that in our Ghanaian setting, when you reach a certain stage and you are not married, we see you to be irresponsible.
Yeah.
So as soon as you get married, there is some sort of respect people accord to the individual. So it puts the social status of an individual.
Madam,
Yes.
I would say that we marry for satisfaction. We marry to satisfy each other, both the needs and true sex and other things, but we marry again for satisfaction.
Mm. So can we say that that could be put under the emotional support as said by
Oh,
one of our colleagues?
yeah.
We have the
Okay.
emotional support. Yes, any other thing. Someone also make mention of social status. uh Any other thing. Any other thing. Yes, please. Any other thing we can think about. Any other thing. Oh, won't we talk? Any other thing. Or any other purpose we can think about. Or we should move on. The reasons and purpose. What's the difference between them?
Madam, please, I would say they are similar.
Okay.
They are similar. Purpose
Why do you
and
say they are
reason.
similar?
I'm saying they are similar because I would say that they mean the same thing. That is what I can say.
Okay. And so
They
say
are they are
something
sy-
about
let's
it.
say they are synonymous. Let me say that way.
Madam,
Yes.
I have this purpose for marriage. I don't know if it to determine rightful heirs and smooth transfer of property. Hello, madam.
Yes.
Please, is it accepted?
Your answer.
Yeah, the purpose of to determine rightful heir and smooth transfer of property. And then my other point is for easy transmission of culture and values. So that as the older ones are dying, young ones will be reproduced, and then moral values are passed through from generation to the other.
Is it my network? The page is so quiet.
I don't know. Hello.
Same here. Oh. We can't hear anything.
Hello, madam. We are here.
Yeah, so I was asking the question of the purposes, but we seems not to be. Okay. And
Okay,
then we
madam.
also have
Madam. Madam, with the reason
I
of
said the
marriage,
purpose of marriage.
the purpose.
Yes.
I think
That's
is
where
the
you
wonderful.
mentioned the emotional support, the social status, and I was asking for more.
Madam, I said two, but you
Like
didn't react to it for me to see if I'm on the track.
maybe I didn't hear because the network has been some way. What did
I
you
said
say?
one for easy transfer of heir and properties.
The purpose of
Yes.
marriage. The
Yes,
purpose of
madam.
marriage for easy
Yes.
transfer of property.
Hair and smooth transfer of property so that you give birth to young ones and then you are able to give your properties and heir to them as the old ones die.
So that can be someone's reason anyway. I see. That is not part of my point anyway.
And yeah, because you
And
are
I can
asking
also
anyone,
say
that's why.
I can also say that is wrong. Maybe that can be your own reason for getting married.
And then I said another one is transmission of culture and values.
No, that cannot be our purpose for marriage. You know, there are some purposes, you know, that pushes us to probably get married. These ones maybe can be a secondary something. This one that you are saying now can be a secondary issue. But basically, people get married because of love and companionships. People get married because of emotional support, because of social status, because of procreation or reproduction, because of economic security. We've said these things earlier. This time around, the question, I just turn it a later and I'm asking, and it's like we are fumbling. It's the same question I asked earlier. Okay, let's move on. Or is there any question? Any question? All right. So let's look at success in marriages. Success in marriages. What are some of the things that can help marriage to be successful?
Hello, madam.
Yes, madam.
Being truthful to each other. That one will
Mm,
help to maintain the marriage.
really? Any other thing? Any other thing apart from being honest in the marriage?
Madam, please, good communication among the couple.
Okay.
Madam, please, mutual respect.
Mutual respect, yes. Mhm.
Hello, madam.
But in our context, what we are looking at is, say, like marriage, age at marriage. Okay, age at marriage. I mean the age at which you were before you entered into marriage. It helps the age at marriage, you know, it helps couples to be psychologically matured, you know, for marriage life. Or gain the experience in life to help solve petty misunderstandings. The man may not be financially sound. Age at marriage. So all these things, the age at which one is getting married also matters. You can't say an 18-year-old girl getting married to, let me say, maybe a 35 or whatever age. You know, that girl at that age, psychologically and everything, she may not be morally sound enough or even matured enough. Maturity, not just by age, that's numbers. No, the maturity in her act, her mood, her behavior, you know, in almost every aspect, matured enough to work or to, yes, to understand certain things. And the age difference between couples, the age difference should not be too wide. Should not be too wide. 5 years in both cases is the marginable limit. Okay, so when the husband is too old to there's problem. If he's too young too, there's problem. So imaginably, we are saying that it should be 5 years in both cases. The relationship will be of parent-child relationship type when the let's say the age is wide, it's too wide.
Madam, please, but it is going on in our country.
Of
You can
course,
see an
even did
old
you say
person,
even
yeah.
country? Did you even say country? Even your own society where you live, your small community in which you are, there may be one or two people there like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Any other thing someone want to say or any question? Okay. So let's also look at the in-law relationships. In-law relationships. Okay. There was something we mentioned, the trustworthiness of marriage and all this. Okay, we'll come back. We'll come back to that. But let's look at for marriage to be successful, the in-law relationship also matters. The relationship you have with your in-laws, it matters a lot for you to have a successful marriage. The relationship you have with your sister-in-laws, brother-in-laws, father-in-law, and even your mother-in-law, it's really important. All right. So we say in um, each partner sees the other partner's family as his or her family or her own. So if you are married, you see your husband's parents as your parents, and then any other friend or friends and loved ones, you see them as your very own. Okay, let's move on. And then good in-law relationships results in marital success and vice versa. When you have good in-law relationship, it results in marital success or vice versa. And then in-laws can have an undue interference, threat to the success of the marriage. That's in other cases where in-laws have undue interferences. They may be threats to the success of the marriage. We have physical maintenance. To have a successful marriage, there must be physical maintenance. Husband provides physical family. And then these material needs for the family can affect the stability of the marital relationship. Physical maintenance. So under the physical maintenance, we have the inability of a husband to provide these material needs for the family can affect the stability of the marital relationship. So, where the husband is unable to provide these physical needs, may affect the stability of the marriage. And the physical maintenance of the family is so related to financial security of the family, meaning that we cannot have physical maintenance of the family when the family is not financially secured. The money therefore plays a vital role in marital stability. Where the marriage is purely based on money, it can affect the relationship in future if that money is no longer available. If you are marrying a man because of his car or his money that he has, you ask yourself, what of if one day he doesn't have those money to be showering on you again? Will you still be married to him? Will you still be married to him? I guess the response may be no. So in this case, I want us to draw the curtains on this one. Let's read God when we can. We'll take it up from here. Is there any question? Any addition? If anyone has anything that he or she wants to add up? Please, can you hear me?
Yes, madam.
Madam, yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I'm saying that I want to draw the curtains on today's lesson on this course.
Okay, madam.
Unless we have any question.
No question.
Okay. I just want some time to freshen up a little. So
Okay, madam.
we'll call it a day on this one. Then we'll come back. We'll come back at what time? 11:50.
Yes, madam.
So continue
Yes, madam.
or to so start that one. Do have a relaxed season. So see you
Th-
later.
Thank you, madam.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
madam.
Hello.